Hi everyone. Today we are not in the wood shop. I'm actually in the office to share with you how I've created a graphic vinyl design that will be cut out using a Cricut machine. I've been interested in purchasing a Cricut machine for quite some time, but didn't want to make the investment. When a friend on Facebook posted her Cricut Explore Air 2 along with some vinyl and some tools, I just couldn't pass up the chance to buy it. At $80, it was a steal. So if you're like me and you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a Cricut, be sure to check around for some secondhand deals of your own. I've been dabbling in graphic design for years. My favorite program used to be called Adobe Spark, but the company has since changed the name of the product to Adobe Express. The first thing we're going to do is go to www.adobe.com/express. You'll see here right on their homepage that they do have a free version. Now, I used to use the free version, and I think it had quite a bit more features back when I did use the free plan. Some of those features are now on the paid version, and I use this product so much that it really makes sense for me to pay the $9.99 a month. There are about 12 different tools included and a lot of cloud storage. So I would definitely recommend getting the paid version. But if you don't use graphic design very much, you can still use the free version and get great use out of it. So the next thing we're going to do is go up here and click Sign In. So you'll see here we're on the login page, and there are several ways that you can do this. I actually have my Adobe Express account linked up with my Facebook, so it's super simple for me to log into Adobe Express, but you can also log in with your Adobe ID. You can log in with a school account if you're a teacher or a student. There are lots of ways to access your Adobe Express account. I'm just going to click Continue with Facebook. And now we're on the landing page of Adobe Express. You'll see here in kind of the center of the page, we have some preset sizes for some different projects. So if you want to make an Instagram story or post, if you want to make a Facebook post, a regular poster, maybe you're needing to make a logo for your business or organization, there's lots of preset options defined within this tool. There's also quick actions here kind of towards the bottom. And of course, I do have the paid version, so keep that in mind. For today's project, we're going to create a custom sized graphic. So I'm just going to click right here on custom size. And then depending on what you're making, you can set this by pixels, millimeters, or inches. I'm going to set this to inches. And I'm going to have this to be 18 inches in width and 6 inches in height. Then I'll click Next. It does bring up some templates for you to go through and choose from, but we're not going to use those today because I'm showing you how I created this specific laundry room sign. So the next thing we're going to do is add some text. And over here on the left-hand pane, we have lots of different tools. I'm going to select Text. And then up here, we have Add Your Text. So I'll click that. Over here on the right-hand side, we've got our Edit Text box. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type my last name. And I'm just showing you how to make the exact sign that was on the front of this video and on the thumbnail. It's a laundry room sign, and it is personalized for our home. The font that I used for this is called Hello My Love. So I'm going to go up here and grab that. And I actually want this to be black text. Everything on this is going to be black. And then over here for the size of our font, I'm going to use about 167. And we'll move these around in just a moment. So I've got this, and I actually want, I want this to say Russell and Co. So Co is also going to be the same size and the same font. This is super easy. All I have to do is go up here to duplicate. And it's going to make me another piece of text that looks exactly the same. You can see there's some blue lines coming up showing that I'm in line. But instead of this to say, I don't want it to say Russell and Russell, so I want this to say Co. All I have to do is make sure that that's selected, and I'll go up here to our edit text box and type Co and CO. All right, make sure those are in line. And then over here on the right-hand side, we've got our add your text. So I'm going to go up here and type my last name. And I'm going to have this to be 18 inches in width and 6 inches in height. Then I'll click Next. So I'm just going to click anywhere outside of that. And then I'm going to go back and click text. I'm going to add text. And this one's going to say and. Our font for and is going to be Graduate Regular. So I'll grab that text there. The font is 55, the font size. So we'll enter that. And this one I want to have a nice shape around it. So I'm going to go down here under Effects. I'm going to turn on Shape. I'm going to click our shape options, and I just want this to have some lines around it. I'll choose the color for our shape. Again, I want it to be black. So there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this up between Russell and Co. And I'm just moving my canvas there because I know as soon as I start clicking on these pieces of text, this box is going to fly back out. So I want to make sure that's not in my way. I'm just going to kind of move this around a little bit. Get those centered up how I'd like. So the next thing I'm going to do is start typing the word laundry. I do want my L to be bigger than the rest of the word. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type A-N-A-U-N-D-R-Y. And that's not what I want it to look like. I actually want this to be an Arith medium font. So I will go down through here and find Arith medium. I don't want a shape around this either, so I'm just going to turn that off. And I want the size of this to be 187. So that right there is right in the center of the page. We'll leave that there for now. And then I'm actually just going to duplicate that piece of text. And again, it's selected. I'm going to go up here in our edit text box and type L. And the only thing different I want to do here is change the size of it. This is going to be like 373. And I'm just going to have that L kind of hug the rest of the word laundry. And I have some more stuff happening on this sign, some more text. So I'm going to add more. I just keep adding my text. The next thing it's going to say, fresh and clean. And I want this to be in a wreath medium as well, which we just used in the word laundry. We're going to make this smaller though. I'm going to bring this down to 71. And you can drag this around. I want this all to be on one line. So sometimes you got to play with it a little bit. I'm just going to update that to 71. And you can drag this wherever you would like. That's where I'm going to drag that for right now. Then we need to put guaranteed. It's fresh and clean, guaranteed. So I'm going to type guaranteed. And this one I want to be in this graduate regular font like and. Just adding some more visual interest. And I want some shape around this too, just like we did and. So I'm going to go down here to shape and turn that on. I'm going to click on our shapes, pull up those lines. The font size for this one is going to be 49, so I'll enter that. And I'm going to pull that underneath fresh and clean. And you'll see those nice light blue lines help you get everything all lined up and centered up. So I love that feature. All right, and then I've got a little slogan that goes under here, and we've got a couple different types of text. So again, we're going to add text, and I'm going to put, "We throw in the towel." And this one is going to be a Futura PT font, Futura PT medium. So let's go find that right there. Our size is going to be 38, and I don't want a shape on that one. So again, we're just going to stretch this out so it's all on one line. I'm going to kind of center that up in there. underneath laundry. Let's add some more text. This one's going to say, so you don't have to. And again, we're adding visual interest. We're going to change the font on this one back to Wreath Medium. And our font size is going to be 35. And we're just going to bring that down right underneath and center it up with We Throw in the Towel. There we go. So it's looking good so far, and you can actually group all of this together, which I think I'm going to do because I'm going to scoot this down the page. So all I have to do is click, and then I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm going to select every piece that I want grouped together. So I'm going to select all of these items, and then up here we have this little option that says Group. If I click Group, it groups all of that together. So if I want to make that larger, oh, I missed a piece. Did you see it? I forgot to include the L. So I'm going to ungroup all of that really quick. And I'm going to start with the L, that way I don't miss it. Hold Shift. And I'm going to start clicking all of these items once again. I hope I've grabbed everything. Let's group. And let's see if this all stretches out together. You can see now that that's all grouped together, and you can make it as big or small as you like, and it will all grow in proportion with each other. So I'm going to move this down the page because we're going to make a little logo over here on the side. And I'll show you something else really cool. You see that nice fuchsia, pink, magenta color line? That shows that you are in the center of the page. And then if you move this over, if you wanted it to truly be centered, you're going to have those pink lines on both axes, I guess you'd say. But I'm going to move this down because I want to make a logo. I'm going to make like a nice little graphic here. I'm going to make sure I get that moved way down the page there. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. So over here, we're going to make a round piece of text. So we're again going to go to Text, Add Text. And I'm going to type wash, dry, fold, repeat. It's what we do when we do laundry, right? So then we're going to go back down here to font, and I'm going to choose again that Futura PT Medium. So I'm just going to scroll up through here and find my font. And this is going to be about 47. About 47. Okay. So there's a really cool tool right here, and you see there's like a circle. You can do curved, you can do it in a circle, you can make it a grid, it's got magic features. But for this particular graphic, we're going to choose circle. And you can see that it put our words into a circle because it's a cycle. I forgot something. I want to put another little dash right there. That way they're all connected. All right, great. So I'm going to move that around, and then I'm going to stretch that out just like that right there. And I'm going to center that up with our graphic, and that's what those blue lines are showing us, that we're on the edge of that laundry text, and we're in the center, so that looks pretty good to me. Now I want to put a picture of a laundry basket right in the middle of that. So over here on the left-hand pane, if we go to Shapes, I'm going to click that, and about here, and up here I'm going to search for laundry basket. And you can see there's all different types of graphics for a laundry basket. Let's see. I'm just looking through to find the one that I like. I like that one. That looks pretty good, so I'll click on that. And you can see when I've added it to my picture, it chooses a different color for me. That's no problem. I'm going to select it and go over here to this color swatch and just click black. And then I'm going to resize that to fit within our circle. I think that looks pretty good. I might make it just a touch bigger. Let's try. Make sure it looks good and centered. All right, that looks good. There you go. So now we have our design created. So the next thing we want to do is to download this design. So up here in the upper right hand corner, we have our options to download this graphic. I'll just click there and you'll see we have three selections. We can do a PNG, a JPEG, or a PDF. For the sake of this project, it's going to be much easier to download this as a PNG. So I'll start download, and then we have a couple of different options. We can do a solid color or a transparent because we will be utilizing this graphic in Cricut Design Space. I'm going to download this as a transparent file. And then I'll save this in a place where I can get to it easily. All right, now we are in Cricut Design Space. This is version 7.11.156. The first thing we're going to do is go up here to the upper right and select New Project. And this will open up a canvas for us to work with. Because we already created our graphic in Adobe Express, we're going to pull that in. I'm going to go over here to this toolbar on the left-hand pane, and there's an option that says Upload. So we're going to select that, and we are going to upload our image. Now, because we did download this as a transparent PNG, you'll notice that there is no white background. All we have is our black graphic, which is great. If you did have something that was not a transparent PNG, maybe a JPEG that had a lot going on, you can select an image type to help you remove the background. I'm just going to choose simple because this is already pretty much ready to go for us. Then I'm going to click continue. And again, like I said, if you had more going on and you needed to remove the background, you could do that with this manual tool right here. But we already have the background removed for us. And we can preview our cut image, so let's do that. And you can see it's just going to cut out the black text and shapes. So we're going to apply and continue. And then it gives us a couple of different upload types. The first one is cut image, so that's just if you want to cut out the image. The other one is print, then cut image, and that is if you wanted to print out the image first on your home printer and then cut it out using your Cricut. We just want to cut out our image. That's all we want to do today, and then we're going to select upload. That's going to put it in our library, and you can see where I've kind of been working with it. This is our most recent upload. I'm going to select that and add it to our canvas. Now, when we were in Adobe Express, we had set our we'd set our shape or our canvas in there to 6 by 18, but it saved this as a really large digital file. So we're going to resize this. I'm going to go up here in this upper ribbon to size. And the first thing I want to do is lock the aspect ratio or lock our proportions. I'm going to click on that lock right there. And then I'm going to set our width to 18 inches. And it's going to resize that for us, super easy. Now, the next thing I have to consider is I only have a 12 by 12 standard Cricut mat. That's all I have, but I want to print the full size of this image, the full size of this graphic. So what do? I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side to Shapes, and I'm going to select this square right here. Now, the largest square that our Cricut will allow us to do is an 11.5-inch square. So I'll go back up here to size and set that to 11.5 inches. I'm going to select a contrasting color here. I like that one. And then we're going to need one more square. So I'm going to go over here to duplicate. It's going to give us one more that's exactly the same. And I'm going to move that over the rest of our image. Just kind of line it up just like that. We're going to select one of our squares. I'm going to hold Control and select Laundry, and then I'm going to choose Slice down here on the bottom. And that's going to give us a few different things over here in this right-hand pane. I don't want to see the blue squares anymore. I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to take care of that. And I'm going to hide this one as well. So all we have now is two slices. We have the first part of our graphic, the second part of our graphic, and I'm going to go up here to the upper right hand corner and click Make It. And the really cool thing is it took both of those pieces and it's going to put it on the same piece of vinyl for us. I'm actually going to drag this down just a little bit. And I'm going to drag this down just a little bit away from the edge. And then when I put on the transfer tape, I can just make a nice cut line right here and separate those two pieces and line them up on our sign. So I'm going to click continue. Everything looks pretty good. It's connecting to our Explore Air 2. I already have it set to Vinyl Plus. We are using premium vinyl. And all I have to do now is load our materials and let it feed in, and then I will press go and it will cut out the image for us. If you want to see the completed wooden sign with this vinyl applied, be sure to check out the rest of the videos on our YouTube channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for joining me. As always, I'm wishing you happy woodworking.